So let me try to put a little around you. Let's get it together. Hey guys, welcome back. So I got my January Boxycharm box here for you today. So as usual, I've gone ahead and opened up this box. I've tried out the goodies inside. I'm wearing them on my face today, so I've got some first impressions / mini reviews to share with you guys, so let's get to it. So the theme this month is Rock 2018, and it says Rock and Roll Soul. So I love the theme this month. I think it's super duper cute. So the first thing in here is the Dr. Brandt Pores No More Luminizer Primer, and it retails for $38. It says Luminizer Primer delivers a natural radiant glow while blurring pores and imperfections for a beautifully illuminated, flawless complexion. So I do have this on today underneath my It Cosmetics CC cream, and I like it. Like, I do feel like it's a nice primer. It feels light and not heavy on the skin. Has kind of a lavender scent, so if you don't like lavender, you won't like the scent of it, but I think it smells really yummy, very kind of like herbally and relaxing smelling. So I do feel like it has like a natural luminizer glow to it. It's not over the top. It really is just kind of like skin perfecting. Now, as far as the pore minimizing, I can see it kind of like blurring on my hand better. On my face, I think it looked nice, but I didn't notice like an amazing effect with it. I still think it's nice, but honestly, like I do have pores, but they're not huge. So I'm maybe not the best person to test this. I did notice like it made my skin look nice, but I didn't notice like all my pores completely disappearing. So I do think this is really pretty on the skin. I would use it more just for the priming, luminizing, more so than the pore minimizing part of it, because I think that it does the luminizing, skin perfecting part a little bit better than the pore minimizing. Next thing in here is the It Cosmetics Brow Power Universal Eyebrow Pencil, and it retails for $24. It says, developed with plastic surgeons, It Cosmetics' #1 best-selling award-winning eyebrow pencil is infused with brow-enhancing biotin, lecithin, saw palmetto, nettle, green tea, antioxidants, grapeseed, and vitamins A, B5, C, and E, plus proprietary brow power technology to give you your most beautiful natural looking brows, even if you have none at all. Plus, its universal transforming shade adjusts to all hair colors based on pressure. Its exclusive oval tip mimics the look of real hair, and it includes a built-in grooming spoolie brush for polished perfection. So here is what the box looks like, and it is inside of here. This is in universal taupe, so it's in here. And yeah, it looks exactly the same. I grabbed the one that I already have open. So I do have this on my brows today. Let me move my little mirror so I can see. I do have this on my brows today. I have felt like this is a little bit dark and a little bit warm toned for me as far as like universal. I don't think it's ideal for me, but when I've worn this in videos before, you guys have said that you think it matches really well. So I think I can still use it, and I think it does still work for me, but I think it's not ideal as far as the color goes. I do really like the formula of it. I think it applies really nicely. I think it's easy to use. I think it's like that perfect formula where it's not too dry, where it's hard to apply, but it's not too creamy where it moves and goes everywhere. So it's kind of like right in between. So I really do like the formula of it. Now I did notice like if I wiped it, like while I was applying it, it seemed like it was moving, but kind of once it's set, it really does set well. So yeah, I think it's really cool that this is in here. I love brow stuff now. I used to not like get the big thing with brows, but now I understand that brows are so important. Like if I could just narrow down and only use a couple of makeup products, it would be concealer, mascara, and brows. Those would be like the top ones I would start with. And then if I could use something on my lips, I would use that next. So yeah, brows are super important. Next, there is a face palette in here. This is the The Complexion Authority Bronze and Brighten Cheek Palette, and it retails for $34. It says an on-the-go highlight, bronzer, and blush palette with 3 skin perfecting powders to create an effortless and sun-kissed glow for every skin tone. Featuring Pure's fans' favorites. I feel like I'm really struggling to read today. Let's get it together. Okay, featuring Pure's fan favorites Afterglow and Mineral Glow, along with a new blush shade, Blushing Glow. Throw this in your bag and you're ready to go. That was kind of a tongue twister too, so having a little bit of trouble today, plus that was a tongue twister. So this is what it looks like. It's so pretty looking. It's got this really nice like embossing on it. It's beautiful. Now these are all very glowy, super glowy. I have all three of these on today. I had just a tiny little bit of the bronzer because I was kind of concerned, you know, these are hard for me to use. With my skin tone, that's just a really super shimmery bronzer in that color. It's just hard for me to pull off and wear. So I just used a tiny little bit of that, some of the blush, and then the highlighter. And I really, really love the blush and highlighter. The blush is pretty intense. Now, I do want to point out, I am noticing a little bit of like, I can't really tell, like I can't tell if it's just, I think it's more just disrupting the top layer of the design, but I was like concerned it was causing, oh, I'm gonna draw a blank. What's that called? Hard pan. But I don't think it's that because it still feels soft. I think it's just disrupting the design on it. Because even as I'm doing the bronzer more, I'm seeing that more, but product is still coming up. So I hope that makes sense. That was probably completely unnecessary information because I don't think it's something wrong with the product. I think it just looks less pretty as you start to use it. Okay, let's talk about what's in here. So this blush is a really pretty, like, bright corally orange shade. The highlighter is just a gorgeous champagne-y gold sort of a color. And then this bronzer is just like an intense bronzer, like a glowy bronzer. I would put that on my eyes for sure. So pretty. So I think this is a really fun palette. I mean, it's one of those palettes you have to be going for a super glowy look if you want to use all three of them. Or if you just like, you know, putting little glowy makeup products kind of here and there, kind of speckling them in. You can just sort of like pick what you want to use out of it and, you know, grab some other mattes to kind of pair with it. So I think it's really pretty. I think the packaging is pretty on it. I like it. This is definitely a win from this box. Next we have a lip product. This is the Grande Cosmetics Grande Lips Hydrating Lip Plumper, and it retails for $27. It says this lip plumper infused with Volulip and hyaluronic acid instantly improves lip volume within 3 to 5 minutes while hydrating dry areas. Results may vary, is what it says. So I got the shade Lust Red. Now I did apply this a little while ago so you can kind of see like how it's sort of set down. So I'm gonna apply a little bit more for you. But it says 1 instant plump, 2 long-term benefits. Plus 51% hydration, plus 15% plumpness, plus 13% firmness, plus 11% softness. And then it talks about the key ingredients. So this is what the packaging looks like. So it's kind of like that, you know, click up sort of a lip product. And I did have to click it quite a few times. This is kind of like an interesting applicator. It's like a rubbery, it says unique cushion applicator, and then it says easy clean. Feels kind of like silicone-y, like one of those silicone sponges is what it feels like to me. So, and then the product comes up at the top. So I find this a little bit difficult to use. Like, see, I just got it out too much, but then when I was using it earlier, I wasn't getting enough. So I find it a little bit challenging to use. I like this color. It's kind of like a raspberry, sort of a red. So let me try to put a little on your hair. Let me try to put a little bit more on for you. So it's, see, and more's even coming out now. Like it just kind of a little unpredictable. So I don't like the applicator situation. I also find it hard to get a precise line with it. There's still more product kind of like coming out occasionally. So yeah, I really, really like the color and I like the product. I think it does plump, it does feel tingly, but not uncomfortably. When I first put it on, it started to feel a little bit uncomfortable, but after just a little bit, it was totally fine. It really never got to like an intense, uncomfortable tingle situation, just a little bit of a tingle. But I do think it looks really pretty on the lips. I love the color of it. I do think it makes your lips look very nice. So I like the product. See, like now I'm starting to feel the tingle a little bit. Yeah, but it's nothing intense. Like the Too Faced ones are super intense. Nothing like those, just a little bit. I can't think of what else I can compare it to, but just a little bit of a tingle, kind of like that bee sting sort of a tingle. So it's not the cooling tingle, it's the bee sting sort of a tingle, but on a low level. So anyway, back to the product. I really do like the product. I love how it looks on the lips. I love this color. Just not the ideal applicator situation. I just would probably use like I guess I would use a lip brush for it. I think I could probably get better application that way, or just put on a lip liner first, and then I don't have to be quite as precise. So yeah, I do really like this. I like it a lot. I think it's pretty. I'm just gonna have to kind of like figure out the best application method for me. And then the last thing in here, which is so exciting, is by Crown Pro. This is the Glam Metals palette, and it retails for $25. It says, rock your look with the Crown Pro Glam Metals eyeshadow palette. These highly pigmented, ultra blendable shadows make smoky eye looks a breeze. So I love the outside sleeve, so it's very rocker. You guys know that I really love like rocker looks in fashion. I love rock music. I love it. So I love this whole theme this month. I love this whole palette. Like, this is super cute. That's what the back of it looks like. This is the little sleeve. This is the palette. So super duper cute. I like the size of it. I think it's perfect for traveling. Even the little mirror, I don't know how I can show you, but even the mirror is like in the shape of a little, whatever you call it. Guitar. That's a guitar. And it's got a cute little design. So let me swatch these really quick. Okay, so here I have it swatched. So it's a really fun collection of a lot of different metallic shadows. These are not the best metallic shadows I've ever used or swatched or put on my eyes. I think like the Juvia's Place ones are a lot more, like those are just so creamy and buttery. They're like almost a cream. These are not to that level, but I do think they're really pretty. And honestly, you have a lot of versatility with this kind of a metallic shadow, because if you apply this just dry, it's gonna look like this, which is still really pretty and a beautiful eye look. But then I used the coppery one with a little bit of MAC Fix Plus, and that just kind of intensifies it a little bit. So you kind of have like some flexibility that if you're like going to the office and you want like a fun makeup look, but you don't want like over the top glam, then you could just use these dry and they're still really pretty that way. But then if you're going out that night, you could just apply them with a wet brush and get a little bit more intense of a look. So yeah, I do really like this palette. I think it's a lot of fun. I love that it's in this box. Is it my favorite palette I've ever used? No, but I love the theme of it, and I do think it's really pretty. So I am not mad about it being in here at all. I'm super excited about it. All right, guys, so that's everything that I got on my box this month. So I just added up the value, and it is $148. So another awesome box this month. I think this is one of my very favorites that I've ever gotten. I think this one is so good. I really do enjoy everything in this box, but my overall favorites, I have to say, are the eyeshadow palette. I think it's super cute. I love the theme of it. And I think the face palette. I really do love this too. And I'm having like a major moment with palettes right now. So I'm digging the palettes from this box, but I think everything is awesome in here. So awesome box this month. If you want to sign up for Boxycharm, I will leave my link down below. No pressure whatsoever to use my link, but if you do, thank you so much. If you get Boxycharm, I would love to know what you thought about it this month. What was your favorite thing that you got in your box? Ask me any questions that you have. I'm happy to answer those. Please subscribe to my channel if you're not already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!